everyone, I hope you're doing great today. So expectedly, after the Every Little Sperm is Sacred videos that I posted last on my YouTube page, I've received a whole lot of questions, a plethora of questions. But out of all these questions, I picked out two very significant ones, which I want to deal with right now, so people are not confused about what this is all about. Okay, so somebody was asking, what if my wife and I have decided to, go about our family planning with condoms, all right? And so when I make love to my wife, I inject my sperm into a condom. Does that mean that I am wasting my sperm? I'm spilling the seed, and does that bring the wrath of God upon me? It doesn't, okay? And I'm going to explain all of this in black and white for you, all right? Another person asked, Brother Joseph, what if I engage in withdrawal process? If you're a married person, you know what withdrawal is. I don't want to explain all of that. It's for people who know it, they know it, okay? So if I withdraw, does that mean that I'm also spilling the seed and God is going to punish me, or I'm attracting a curse upon myself? And I want to tell you categorically today, if that is with your wife, you are not attracting any curse upon yourself, and it does not amount to the kind of spilling of the seed that God frowned at in the Bible. And I'm going to also explain all of that. The explanation to this is actually the same thing. But let me start with the condom, okay? So this sexual activity that you're having is between you and your beloved wife. There are two carriers of energy involved here. There is an energy field that is created, and what this energy field is all about is natural. It's a natural energy field sanctioned by heaven, by divinity. That's why God created male and female to have sex, not male alone or female alone, or male and male or female and female. So this is an energy field that is already approved by heaven. So what you're doing is approved. It is normal. It is natural. There is no demonic energy created in that place. So when you inject your sperm into a condom, you are not spilling the seed. It is not the same thing, because there is no demonic activity taking place. Look at all the places that God frowned at spilling the seed on the ground. I read you the scriptures, right? The other one is masturbation. When you are pouring the seed, you're spilling it in masturbation. Do you know why it is called a demonic activity? Because it takes two people to have sex, but you are having it all by yourself, which means that there is a second person involved in that sexual activity with you. And I've already explained to you that that second person is a demonic entity, whether you are a man or a woman. Pure and simple. It's a demonic entity. So already from the get-go, you are involved in a demonic activity. There is a demonic aura created when you are having masturbation. Now, if that is the situation, then let me tell you how this works. Every important fluid that comes out of our body carries energy. All right? The blood carries energy. Remember when I did a video on adrenochrome and how that these people torture kids and drink their blood and it does stuff to them and stuff like that, right? It carries a lot of energy. Your sperm carries a lot of intense energy. Not just the DNA thing. A lot of energy. Even your tears carry a lot of energy. So what is happening is, because demons don't eat physical food. They don't eat normal food. They feed on energies. Even the Holy Spirit, even God in heaven feeds on energies. Spirits don't eat physical food, they eat energies. It depends on the quality of energy that they are feeding on. Now, because they are demonic entities, they feed off of human energy because it helps them to be able to operate in the world of man. Remember, God created this earth specifically for the children of men. And the devil decided to come in and chance us, to displace us and take over the earth. That's why he came with all manner of deceptions. Okay, so the only way they can operate freely in our world is by doing what? By taking up our energy, internalizing it. They feed from it, and the more they take up on this our energy, the more they are having the kind of power and authority that we have over the earth. In fact, they're taking more rights than us now because God gave us this power to take dominion. So our dominion power is what we hand over to the devil when we allow him to feed off of our energy. And the more they feed off of that energy, the more they take that power and the more they use it to oppress us as well. If you notice, most people who have masturbated a lot or who are masturbating, you notice that most of the time when you masturbate, that's when you have the worst spiritual attacks when you are sleeping. Every time you masturbate, you see, even there are some people who experience this thing that when you lay down, something will come and press on you. You can be conscious of the environment. You can even almost see the things in your room, but your whole body is frozen. You can't move. You want to move your hand, you want to move your leg, you can't move any of them. You are frozen immediately after masturbation. This is what happens because the demons have just been empowered by your energy to actually take over your environment, and they're using that to oppress you because you just gave them power. So they use that power to oppress you. So when you engage in masturbation, you are involved in something that looks like a satanic sacrifice, okay? I've told you what the founder of the Church of Satan said about spilling the seed. So you are actually in your room engaging in a satanic sacrifice. And so when you engage in a satanic sacrifice, what do you expect? Demons are going to come there present to be a part of the sacrifice. And they are going to feed when they come for sacrifice. It is called sacrifice. They're going to feed. And what do they feed on? They feed off of your energy. That's how they get all the information about your past, your present, and your future. Because all of that is contained in your DNA. So that information from your DNA is not like when you spill it anywhere, anyhow, whether you're with your wife or anywhere, they will just collect it and then, no. It is during the time of increased demonic activity, which is when you masturbate, okay? That's when this happens. Because you have already opened the channel for the demons to come into a sexual intercourse with you. So the moment you give out the sperm, the energy that the sperm gives out contains all the information that your DNA carries in that sperm. That's how they do all that. But when you're with your wife that you're legally married to and you're making love to her, that energy of your sperm, when it comes out, whether it is in your condom or whether it is because you did a withdrawal, it goes to your wife. Your wife becomes your holding place. And the fluid that comes out of your wife or the egg that she releases also carries a very intense energy, which as well is transmitted to your soul. That's how people get soul ties when you go and have sex. Remember, soul ties are initiated when you have sex with somebody. Temporary soul ties could come when you just talk with somebody and you get fond of talking with them, you hearing their voice and stuff like that, or maybe you touch them or you guys have all kinds of foreplay thing. You can initiate a temporary soul tie, but the real soul tie that lasts, unless God delivers you, it comes into effect immediately you get into a sexual intercourse with somebody. So your sperm, when you are putting it in a condom or when you are doing your withdrawal process, is not going to amount to spilling the seed, and it's not going to attract a wrath, the wrath of God or a curse from anywhere, because you are exchanging this energy that you're generating with your woman. It's going into a soul. So it is not a demonic activity, it is a heaven-sanctioned activity. It's a divinely ordained activity. In fact, when you go and make love to your wife or your partner, you are indulging in a higher form of worship to the Lord, because you are affirming the law of God that says two shall become one. You are further affirming the establishment, God's own intent for establishing the marriage, for establishing the family system or the family unit in our world, which is actually the nucleus of our societies. Which is the reason why the devil is fighting the family unit today. Doesn't want the family to succeed, because the moment the family succeeds, the entire society succeeds. If you want to destroy an entire society, just go to the family, attack the family, destroy the family, make it very dysfunctional, and the society goes up in flames. Isn't that what is happening today? Our kids are confused. The school system has taken them over. And now they are the ones who spend more time with our kids, injecting all kinds of philosophies and all kinds of satanic ideologies into them. And the parents don't even have the time. They keep the parents busy with too many jobs at the same time. Make the economy so difficult just so that they will destroy the family unit. They confuse them with all kinds of trainings and knowledge and all kinds of stuff. The children now don't even believe in marriage anymore. God instituted marriage so that marriage will become
a passageway for him to come and indwell with us on daily basis. That's why the hierarchy of marriage grows from up to down. It doesn't grow from down to up. The Bible says God the Father is the head of Christ. God the Son is the head of the man. And the man is the head of who? The woman. So you can see the hierarchical placement. It starts from top all the way down. It didn't start from down to up, because God wants to use that channel, that pathway, that ladder to come in and indwell with every perfect, legally constituted family unit or system. God is supposed to be there. You don't need to pray. It is meant to be there by default. You don't have to pray for it. Just have a decent marriage and you already have God living in the middle of your marriage. And because he did that, his intention was to use marriages and families to be able to transform the society. That's his plan. But the devil doesn't want that. That's why he's scattering the entire family unit and family system. Divorce rates everywhere skyrocketing. This is what is going on. So the problem is not that you just pulled out the sperm. The problem is, what is the situation that made you to bring the sperm out? For instance, the one that is called nocturnal emissions. I can tell you categorically today, 99.9% of what you call nocturnal emissions are born out of intense, critical satanic attacks. Very strong satanic attacks in the night. That's why they don't want you to know the dreams. And some of you maybe remember the dream where you're making love to somebody, but imagine what it takes for somebody to get to a point of orgasm. And now you're sleeping, you are unconscious, and you were able to reach orgasm. Why? Because the demons know that what they are targeting is the energy that comes out of your sperm. If you drop blood out of your body, that blood carries energy. Like I said earlier, your tears carry energy, your urine carry energy. Everything out of you carries energy. In Nigeria, we have this crazy thing that has been going on. In fact, people have put it in comedy films. They've even talked about it, even reported in the news, arrested people for it. You see these people they call Yahoo guys, guys who get involved in internet fraud, right? Now, we understand in Nigeria, these guys often approach they use diabolical means to actually, perform all those things they do, which is the reason why they say they make money from white people, some ignorant white people who give money to them. So, in the process of making some diabolical things to help them get successful in their scamming business, they go after blood-stained sanitary pads used by women. Why are they going after blood-stained sanitary pads? Because that blood in the sanitary pad carries a powerful energy, an energy that connects them with the individual who owns the sanitary pad. That energy contains the information about that person. And so it is not the tiny blood on the sanitary pad that they are going after. It is the information about the person. So when they get access to that person, they can actually spiritually sacrifice the person for what they are doing, even though the person is still alive. So they can steal the person's glory. They can take whatever energy the person has left and use it for their own gain while the person is still alive. But when you look at that person when they are alive, if they don't know God, you can notice that they've already started diminishing. Poverty is already coming on them. Sickness is coming on them because they have stolen their energy through the connection of the blood they left in their sanitary pad. So you carry a lot of energy. So when your energy comes out in a very demonic place, you have to be careful, because that energy is going to send the demons to the places where they are not supposed to know about your life. They send them to the very past and your present and your future. And that's when they begin to program curses. But if it is between you and your wife, you don't have any problem. That's why, especially for nocturnal emission, if you have nocturnal emissions at night, make sure the moment you wake up and see yourself wet all over the place, begin to blast in tongues if you know how to speak in tongues. Begin to pray fervently, rebuke and reverse everything the devil has taken from you. If you just stay quietly and leave it like that, you're going to put yourself in trouble. Pray and reverse it, because they came as thieves to steal from you. God is going to go there and snatch whatever destiny they have already taken from you. This is how we should be. So, in a nutshell, it's already a long video, but in a nutshell, all right, when you are engaging in a withdrawal process, or when you are putting your sperm inside a condom because that's what you decided to do with your wife for family planning, you are not attracting any curse upon yourself, and you are not incurring the wrath of God upon you. Why? Because that energy is not going to any demon, it is going to your wife. That is how the soul ties are being created. The one that she's bringing out very intense is also coming into your soul. It is not going. But when you are doing it with a demonic spirit in masturbation, you are sending that energy to that demon, and that's why God hates it. That's why it is called a satanic sacrifice. And when it happens at night, the same demons come to attack you and they suck it from you. It's also a demonic. So all the places where God talked about it and he was angry and he fumed, those are places where you can see that they are referred to as demonically charged atmospheres. Masturbation and nocturnal emissions, demons are involved in all of that. But with your wife, what demon is involved there? So nothing is wrong with you doing that. I just wanted to make that clear so that you don't get confused about where we're headed with this. So very soon, by the grace of God, in just a few days actually, I'm going to come up with the female version of every little sperm is sacred, so that you will understand that the same thing that goes for men also goes for women. If you're a woman and you're masturbating, your own is even the worst. Remember, I made a video one time and some people were like, oh, how can you know, science has messed up our brains. If somebody is telling you that they have not been able to find out the cause of fibroid, up to this day, medicine has not found the cause of fibroid. They can only tell you some of the things that happen when you have fibroid, how this cell will go like this and go like that. It is because this cell depresses and comes this way. That's how fibroid forms. But what is the original cause of fibroid? Go check. They don't know it. And we are telling you that this thing is also connected with a lot of Satan. Of course, it's a no-brainer that almost every sickness we have in this world is actually from the devil. So why shouldn't fibroid be one of them? But we're even making a more direct connection between fibroid and the manipulation of your eggs when you masturbate as a woman. Wait for that video to come out, because I'm going to try myself to break it down in a way that you can understand it better. And I pray that the Lord is going to keep all of you, and that he will sustain us and give us the grace to war, because we are living on the battlefront in this world. May God help you and help all of us. Amen.